Guys, welcome back to TCR Podcast. But before we start, I want to shout out Guariz Brand for sponsoring today's t-shirts. They actually released 5 or 6 new t-shirts from their graphic tee collection. I'm wearing the Crudo AF Club in black, and Lily Bay is wearing which one, babe?
The Cruda AF in purple, which is my vibe, all my vibe for the summer. Ready for the summer.
And you already know we always have the discount codes for you guys. So use TCR at checkout when you shop Guariz Brand.
No que Lily Bay.
Okay, let's do Lily Bay.
Use my code Lily Bay. Don't use TCR.
What is up, you guys? Welcome to another TCR podcast. How you feeling over there, babe?
Today I am 1,000.
1,000. Let's go.
I'm
feeling good. I'm feeling good. I was a little on the waiting game, waiting for you to get ready and all that. But I did knock out a couple things that I had to do for the day, so all good. No pasa nada.
You would think by now you would know
not wait on you.
Go with the flow. But we're 7 years into this relationship y todavía he waits on me. But anyways, you guys, welcome back to another TCR podcast episode.
83, baby. 83.
You see, like I have the worst memory that even though we say every single number every single week, I still forget. But it's okay.
It's okay.
However, before we even start today's podcast, I wanted to show you guys the elephant in the room.
Elephant in the room. Wait, who? Me?
It's right next to you.
Oh, Chapo and Chalino are joining us today on episode 83, but not physically, right?
Yeah, no. I surprised Mando with something that I ordered. I guess, it's been a while since we first got this podcast pretty much situated, which has been maybe 2 months already.
Yeah.
And they barely got here. But so for the people that can't see, it's basically...
Yeah, I'll show.
Well, for the people that are listening to us, it's basically a Chalino and Chapo face in a pillow. Super cute. I just wish that they would have been a little bigger. I don't know why I thought they were going to be a little bigger, but regardless, I think they're super cute.
They're dope.
Cute addition to the Cruda Realidad podcast, for me at least. What about for you, babe?
Yeah, I think they're cool too. I'm happy they're here with us today. But they're literally outside running around.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's super cool. I was not expecting that part.
You had never seen that?
Nah, I hadn't seen that.
I see it all the time.
Well, tell us. What is it?
So, I'm in the shower, and my shower has a huge window that shows everything outside. Mm-hmm. And Mando walks in while I'm showering, just trying to check me out like always, right? A la madre. Anyways, like I was saying, Mando walks in and I was like, look, babe, look, they're running around. So he looks out the window and he's like, what? Really he had never seen. I'm going to stop trying to say literally.
Literally.
They run around como si fueran perritos, chasing each other, playing around all day.
They're kids, so they have a lot of energy.
But
Chapo
Mando
a little more
never
than
sees
Chalino.
it. Mando never sees it.
I've never
so it
saw
was
that.
his first time seeing it, and that's why he was so shooked.
Yeah.
I wanted to record, but I was in the shower. My phone's not near me, but one day I'll record. I have recorded a few things, but never like that, how they run around like that.
We got to put a camera back there so you guys can see it.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, wait, we do though.
Yeah, we do have one right here, but not directly.
Yeah, not like
the whole yard.
Yeah. So anyways.
Yeah. But I want to start off with just shouting everyone out that, listens to the podcast like we always. We're super grateful for you guys. There is also kids listening.
What?
While their mom takes them to school.
Oh, yeah.
So on this one's for the kids. I want to give a dad joke for them. Why didn't the son go to college?
No sé.
He already had 1 million degrees.
Oh my God.
That's for the kids. I just want to shout out all the moms going to work or all the moms that are currently driving their kids to school and tuning into the TCR podcast. This one's for you. Before this podcast ends, comment down below and let me know, what do you guys do while you listen to the TCR podcast?
Yeah, are you guys at work, taking your kids to school, on your way to work, working out?
Yeah. I want to know. I really want to know, just so I could probably change up a couple things, not just because I honestly think that you guys are driving to work. That's all
what
I think
too. Mm-hmm.
But I listen to podcasts at the gym. I listen to podcasts while
at home.
I'm editing stuff, where I don't have to like listen to things. I'm able to, you know, focus on the podcast and, you know, maybe edit a picture or doing like regular tasks. So that's when I listen to podcasts. So I want to know when you guys listen to them, you know? But babe, literally a couple minutes ago, Fuerza Regida just announced their tour.
Everyone on my live was telling me right now.
Well, you know, that they announced a tour and that their tickets release and all that. That's one thing, right? But I just want to shout out JOP, the Fuerza Regida team, how they hype things up. For like 2 weeks on Fuerza Regida's page, they kept putting April 12th, April 12th, April 12th. Like they kept putting that number. Or even they changed their picture on their Instagram and put April 12th. So it had people wondering what's going on. Is JOP going to cut his hair finally? Is JOP going to announce a new album? Which we already knew that wasn't going to happen because they literally just launched a new one. So yeah, I just want to shout that part out. How badass his marketing, how badass his hype thing it is. But then I want to get into the concert part. I got bad news for you, but it's good news also. So the tour is starting in Austin, Texas, and ends in November in Inglewood, California. In between all that, in July 27th, they come here to Tampa.
Madre. Ya está que no vamos a
That's
estar.
literally when we're leaving Mexico or still in Mexico. ¿Sí o no?
Yeah.
So that's the bad news.
No, we could come back on the 26th and make
The
it on the
26th,
27th.
right after the fiesta, and then the next
Y'all
day.
don't know?
Well,
If we really want to go to the Tampa one, I really don't care.
I mean,
which one we go
I
to.
don't care. I honestly do want to go to the Inglewood one. Where
The last one?
Yeah, because it's going to be at the SoFi Stadium. Well, they haven't
Pues
released...
yo no sé ni qué es eso.
They haven't released like where or locations, but the only big like venue in Inglewood is the SoFi Stadium. SoFi Stadium is where the
Wait,
Super
where's
Bowl
the first
was.
one? In St.
In Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. I would want to go to the first one.
Yeah, I don't know exactly when that one is.
Austin
or when
is lit, you guys.
Yeah, Austin is
Shout
lit.
out to everyone listening from out there. We were out there getting lit.
Yeah.
Our first YouTube video ever is in Austin,
Yeah,
Texas.
literally
if you want to
is.
go all the way back.
It was a movie, so yeah, just scroll all the way down. But back to the subject, to close it off, I feel like Fuerza Regida puts a great concert no matter where they go. You know, when they came here to Tampa, it was long. It was like a 3-hour concert, but it went like this.
Yeah, it felt
you know?
super quick.
And the
Because time flies when you're having fun.
The vibes, the songs that they were singing, everything was amazing. So yeah, I'm excited to see them maybe multiple dates, not just one.
What? Tienes dinero, chiquillo.
Nah, I mean,
I don't know, but can you do me a favor?
what's that?
Can you like take that dust off of the side of you? Because
That's your
annoying me.
cows.
No, it's not my cows. You better leave my cows alone. Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Running life, babe. Recently, we've been running a lot, right?
Correct.
And I also see a lot of people on social media running too,
Correct.
which is a good thing. It's
Yeah.
a good thing.
There's nothing wrong with
what
that.
What motivated you to start your running life?
So ya tenía tiempo that I was already getting tired of going to the gym every single day because in case you don't know, Mando and I got super strict back in November and we started going to the gym a lot more. We would already go at least 3 times a week, but now it was at least double, right? And lately, especially now, there's been so much traffic in Tampa.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I guess I don't know if everybody moved down here or what the hell's going on, but the gym is ridiculous packed, and we've tried a few different EOSs, and it's been packed all day, every day, no matter what time
It's
we
annoying
go.
packed.
Yeah, like I get it. It's packed, like let's say after work or before work, during lunch, but usually we always go after lunch, like after 12, 1, 2, 3. That's like the prime time to go usually. But even then, it's super
It
packed.
doesn't matter when we go.
Like no parking packed, okay? So I had been getting sick of it, and then I told myself, you know what? I want to lose like 5 more pounds, and I haven't been able to lose extra weight these past few months. So I'm like, you know what? Let me do something a little different. And then I started seeing everybody running, and I was like, this is my sign. This is my sign to go outside and start running. The weather's getting better. Mando and I used to run, in case you
All the time,
didn't know that.
Every morning.
Well, even prior to Mando, I was a runner for about 4 years.
She's a runner. She's a track star.
And if you're an OG follower, then you know this.
Yeah.
We basically stopped running once we moved into this
Literally,
house
yeah.
2 years ago. But before that, we were running consistently at the Riverwalk. We lived right there in downtown Tampa, so the Riverwalk was
Walking
we would walk
distance,
to it. So we would do that all the time. And then, I don't know, we moved here and we just got busy with life, new routine, new house, everything. And we just kind of fell off of running. And then I had also heard that it was bad. Like if you have hypothyroidism, that it's not that great for you because it stresses your body. Basically any high impact workout like running messes with your cortisol levels. Like you're stressing your body and it does the opposite, yada, 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 right? But then I came to a realization, like everyone's body is different. And from my past experience, when I did run, I did have more results. So I don't think my body takes it as stress necessarily.
Okay.
So I'm like, you know what? Let me just give it another chance and let's do this. And the weather, like I said, has been perfect. So it was, yeah. And ideally, I told you guys one of my goals was I wanted to be more outside this year. So that is me being outside. But I don't only want to run. I told Mando, let's get bikes. Let's go biking. Let's go kayaking more. Let's just be outside a little more. So it started off with running. We have gone kayaking already, but I do want to do more outdoorsy things.
Well, I feel like a vitamin D, which is what the sun gives you.
Vitamin D, yeah. And
that's very important.
Yeah, another reason why, and I already knew this, is I follow doctors that talk about health a lot. Mando hates my FYP because it's boring. But some of these doctors, and a lot of them I follow, talk about like hypothyroidism and all these other problems that come with that. And one of them was saying that your fat on your body is like a sign of why you have it there, type of deal. Like, for example, if you want to target, and I'm butchering this because I'm not no damn doctor, but the part that I heard was like belly fat can come from cortisol levels being too high from stress. Stress causes particularly belly fat. I don't know how true that is, but this is what I heard from that doctor. And that doctor was saying that in order to, which again, we all know you can't target fat, right? Like when you're losing weight, you're losing weight.
It's like, I want to lose my belly, but you can't really target it, right?
Yeah, no. But he did say that being outdoors and doing like outdoorsy activities lowers your cortisol levels, which is your stress, which can also mean that it might reduce belly fat.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So I remember doing that. And that's when we used to go running with that girl, Amanda. Do you remember? That is why I had started running again during that time, because that's when I had heard that doctor. But anyways, I heard that again recently, and that was another cue. Like, you know what? Let me give running another chance because I do want to lose some belly fat, and that is why. But yeah, that is a little sum up as to
well, that
why.
was my next question, but you literally answered it. What is your desired outcome? And that's what you want to do, right? I feel like running for me is very important. Like I'm able to just like focus on the run, being outside, getting some sun. And from like day one, since you met me, like I was a runner.
Yeah,
like, I used to love running, you know?
Yeah, and still to this day, like we're posting it more. But if you guys are real OGs, then you already know we had already been done this, number one. And number two, Mando has always tried to pick it back up. Even though I haven't for 3 years.
Yeah, I tried really hard at one point.
During these 3 years, I don't know if you guys remember, Mando was like, oh, I'm going to run every day challenge. He tried it like 2-3 months.
I was like 30 miles in 30 days.
Yeah, 30 miles in 30 days.
I got to like 10.
Yeah, he was able to do 10 miles, you know, but yeah, he's always tried to get back into it, but I feel like now maybe with us together, we'll be able to.
Yeah, that always works
more.
out because, you know, you push me, I push you. Maybe you push me a little more than I do you. And I'm trying to change that too. I'm trying to push you to keep going versus like when you stop, I'm like, okay, I'll take a break. But no, like my mentality now is going to change. I'm like, no, if I'm not tired, let's keep going, you know? So that's part of it. Even
and that will push me to, okay, yeah, exactly.
Because I did feel like when we were running like in a bigger group, like I felt that pressure to like keep going, and I feel like everyone else feels that same pressure. So one thing that is cool too, if you can organize maybe a weekly or a monthly run with all your homies or all your friends, I think that's very important too. Like you could just push people to do better and to get healthier. So that is the update on Lily Bay's running life.
Ours, not just mine. Ours,
And And I mean, anything we say on here is just from the research that we have done. Doesn't mean that it's proven, doesn't mean that it's going to work for everyone. It's just the research that we have done. And like Lily says, like the fitness community is like so like stern and like they're bashy. They bash if you say something wrong that they don't like, they'll bash it. They'll bash the comments.
At the end of the day, what I've learned from my years of trying different things is that everyone's body is different.
And you
every
treat it
single
differently,
person, like do what works for you and don't worry about nobody else. It's okay to take advice from other people and listen, but at the end of the day, always listen to your body and see what works for you. That is just my little opinion on that.
Yeah, and talking about advice, I was literally at a party this weekend, right? And some guy, I don't think you even saw him. He actually asked me for advice.
I was like, wait, we were at a party this weekend? Yes, we were.
He asked me for advice on what to do. And I told him a couple things, but I want to see what you would tell him, right?
Okay.
So this is not a dad joke, I'm being honest.
Okay.
Pretty much what he said was that, okay, he recently met a girl. Maybe not recently. I think it was like a year or two or something like that. I didn't clear that part up. He met her online and they were talking. She lives in Yucatan, I guess.
Mexico?
Like Cancun or whatever. Okay. And he lives over here in Tampa in the Brandon area. So pretty much after like talking and everything, she came over to Florida.
Okay.
She got a visa, and I guess she was here for a couple months and whatever. So they kicked it off. They're really good. Everything was fine. And then he would go back over there to Yucatan to visit her, right? And then they'll do the back and forth thing. They even got engaged.
What?
So pretty much what's going on is that the girl wants him to move to Mexico.
What?
Right? And he doesn't want to. Well, he kind of doesn't want to, but he works for like a company that he works online. That's
a hard one.
He works 3 days a week. That's it. The other 2 days, he said he just puts his laptop to like click, 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 and he's able to take off Thursday and Friday. As long as he does his task on the 3 days, he's good. So he has a really good paying job and everything, but she really wants him to move over there. He can't work from over there. He have to get another job. After a while, like he can work online, but he can't just fully move over there. So that's his problem. He doesn't want to leave. He also has a home here. And then so at this point they called off the wedding because of that. So what advice would you give him?
Damn. Damn, that's a hard one actually. I feel like something like that is a huge commitment and move to do, but I don't agree with it has to be her way or the highway neither. I feel like as in like any relationship, everyone has to do their part, you know? So I would say for him to try it a little bit, but just as much as he tried it, she has to try to come over here too, if possible. You know, like maybe, okay, I'm not going to quit my job because it's super important and it took me a long time to get this job, but maybe I could get 2-3 months off or whatever the case is. Go out there, try it for that long to see my options. Can I find work? Is work good paying over here or whatever? But then she has to do the same and come over here and try it for 2-3 months. También. It's not her way or the highway or his way and the highway. And then once you do that, both of you guys together should weigh out the pros and cons of each, right? And then go from there. Not just do something a la pura, especially something like that. Todavía moving like within the country is easier. But for somebody like him that has a good job, stable job, a home already and everything here in the States, which is usually like the American dream, that he's already accomplished so much here for him to let that all go and go over there.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. That's a big thing is because it feels like, which you can make money in Mexico, but it feels like he's working backwards because people want to come over here and not go over there, you know?
Yeah, and honestly, it's a good eye-opener for him too. Like, for him asking you for advice is already a good step in him trying to do the right thing, right? But if the girl's like, I don't know how it happened, but if the girl was like, oh, pues ya no me voy a casar because you're not coming over here, then maybe she's not the one for you because... any adults would kind of do it how I'm saying, right? Like, let's try both. Let's weigh out the pros and the cons. let me try first. I'll try next. You know, like do it that way. I feel like that's the easiest way to do it. And then after that, if you guys are still not on the same page, that's when it could get a little harder. Like, okay, if she's still, like if you choose that over here is better for you and she chooses over there is better for her, that's when it could get rough. But at least you guys tried to do it that way. I feel like that's the fair way. Well, that's just honestly my opinion.
He tried to go over there, and he knew that he wasn't going to risk two things: his job, which he can't work over there. He tried, but after a while they find out that you're not here in the States.
Yeah.
As long as he's in the States, he's able to work with the company. But if he's somewhere else, he cannot work. The second one is that he has a home here. He's going to start from scratch over there. So fast forward, I think he came to me to ask me this advice, but he already knew, like he was already on Tinder. He was already talking to other girls. The wedding was already called off. So he's really in love with this girl, but he needed something to like push him away. I was like, look, man, if you need something to push you away, and if you're at that point, you know, just talk to other girls.
Yeah.
You know, get your mind off of there, and you'll, not quickly, but with time, you'll move away.
You'll see, like if you miss that girl, or if you don't find yourself liking anybody else and you keep thinking about that other girl, then maybe she is the one for you, right? But if they already called off the wedding and she already put her foot down, like, and you're able to do as you please, then for sure, try to see what your options are before you go and make a move like that.
Yeah, that's a big
I'm
move.
just saying, if you guys already called it off and it's not like you guys are not on the same page anymore.
Yeah, and don't be messing around and keeping the girl hopes up. That's for sure. Tampoco. You know, I told him that too.
Because karma. I totally believe in that too, you know?
Yeah, so just move on, and, you know, that's it.
Maybe it wasn't the right time, but you never know.
Because that move, even for me, I mean, I love Mexico. I'm Mexican. He's not Mexican.
Yeah.
So even for me to move to Mexico, it's like,
Did he tell you why she doesn't want to come over here? Or was there
she said, I think reason? All her family's over there. All her family's over there. She'll only be coming over here, and then she'll start a new life. Yeah. Which, if you're in love and you find that person like the one, then you'll do the move.
Like Mando.
You'll do the move. No questions. But, you know, it's not working out. So from the start, I think it's not a good move. So yeah, homie, if you're watching this, it's not a good move. I doubt you're watching this, but just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that. Let's go to break right quick, babe.
Oh, is it time already?
Yeah.
Well, when we get back, I want to read something to you.
Okay.
That is like an opinion that somebody messaged me about that whole the suegra doesn't like the girlfriend situation that we talked about. Yeah, she gave some advice, and I was like, you know what? I like that. I like the way she worded it, so I'm going to talk about it once we come back.
We'll be back. But what's up, babe? What's going on? What you got there for me?
All right, so we are back, and I want to tell you guys that whenever we give advice, you guys are free to give me your advice on those topics because sometimes you guys open up like my eyes or make me realize things también. So whenever you guys want, I would say, either down below, give me your advice or even in a message.
Whatever you feel comfortable
I would totally read it. If I get to it, I would read it. But okay. This goes back to the topic that we had last week where a girl wanted some advice on her suegra not inviting her anywhere. She wasn't in the relationship. I mean, she didn't live with the guy, but she wanted to be a little more involved. And it looked like the suegra didn't like her because she didn't invite her nowhere. So she just gave up on the suegra and was not going to fuck with her no more, basically, right? So anyways, one of you guys messaged me, hey girl, keep me anonymous if you share LOL. But here's my unsolicited opinion on the podcast advice segment. At that age, we are so continuously aware of everything and can overthink others' opinions on us. I don't think the girl is wrong. Her feelings are valid. And I'll be the devil's advocate here because I feel like I can relate to her. I was her, thinking my suegra didn't like me and sending me off vibes. That was not the case. My suegra was just being respectful of my husband and my space and didn't know how or where her place was when it came to our relationship. But here's my advice to her. You don't have to be confrontational or even ask her what's wrong. You could just find common ground. Outside the boyfriend, what is something that you share and have in common with her? If you want to be a part of gatherings, ask to be included. Show up and take up respectful space. If this is a relationship that is serious and you see yourself marrying him, it will affect you. Eventually, it catches up. Mando is right. Kids come and family grows. Think 5 to 10 years from now. You want your kids around everyone else's kids too. Anyway, now with my suegra is someone that I value and admire. We figured out our common ground and she is our biggest supporter. I don't talk to my mother. I have found love and trust from her. Giving someone the opportunity may be the best move.
That's awesome. Let's do a round of applause for that.
Yeah. That was good. Even though we were kind of on the same page, like we did say, like Mando said, set up like a little lunch with her, something. At the end of the day, her advice, our advice is about trying. Her way of doing it was to find like common ground. And I get that. I get where sometimes, especially like the older Mexican moms or any, what, how do we say it? Traditional, yeah. They could be a little, like she said, they don't know where their place is. So maybe it could come off as maybe she don't like you, but maybe it's not that. Maybe it's just like she doesn't know how to be around you, or she doesn't know how to act really. But regardless, love that. Thank you so much for that advice. Truly appreciate it.
Yeah, I love that because she opened up the picture.
Yeah, like, a little bit more.
She wasn't closed in. What if she's one of the other girls in the relationship? You just never know, right?
The other cuñadas?
The other cuñada, you know? You just never know. No, but I feel like she did open up the picture and she made us think outside of the box also. That it's not that the suegra doesn't like you. It's just probably her ways of doing things, you know? And you're just seeing things the wrong way. Like, for example.
And you could be an overthinker.
Yeah,
Believe me, all my friends are overthinkers. So I've seen it how it messes with them being an overthinker sometimes.
So I was going to say, once someone ticks you off, let's say your suegra ticked you off because you think she doesn't like you, anything that person does from then on out is going to tick you off. So that's probably what's going on there too. We don't know.
Yeah.
But I love that. I love how she opened it up. She's like, look, try this, try that. At the end of the day, I think she's kind of telling you to be the bigger person. Yeah. You know?
And I also like what she said about think 5 to 10 years from now, you want your kids to be around like family and other people's kids. Or maybe like you got to think of your kids. Maybe like you're so mad at your suegra or your cuñadas, whatever. But your kids have nothing to do with that, you know? And when once you have those kids and they have nothing to do with that, they're going to want to be a part of those parties. They're gonna want to be hanging out with their primos and primas and create memories. So sometimes you have to, like she said, do your part in trying. Maybe not even for yourself. Maybe like she said, for your kids 5-10 years from now.
But that's only if you really care about this relationship.
And if nothing has been done, like in that situation, nothing has been said or done. It's just what she thinks is happening. She thinks that she's putting her aside. It's not really like. Because I get it's
not a dead giveaway.
There's some relationships where the suegra just, or even cuñadas, it's just toxic. It is not good. And I totally understand where some people are happier being outside of that toxicity. But in this case, we didn't really know what happened. So it could be a great relationship. They just haven't.
You just don't know.
Yeah, they just haven't tried.
Yeah, that's great. Shout outs to that. And like Lily said, man, that's great. Send us your advice too. Like, we don't want to just be the ones talking here. Well, we do. I mean, we don't mind it. But, you know, if we're able to read your perspective and your ideas, that's great too. So comment down below. What do you guys think about this situation and any other situation that we do bring up?
Yes, sir.
All right. So moving on, you guys, at the warehouse, we had a full renovation of the office, which looks amazing. We will soon show you guys once all the pieces are put together. Shout out to Lily Bay. She's a beast. She's a beast at renovating, at the designs and all that. When she thinks about it, she puts it into reality and it looks amazing.
Yeah, I literally Photoshop
Yeah, and it looks better in person than what you photoshopped. And we also did a little adjustments, little paint outside in the warehouse, which gave it a whole new vibe.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to get at is, why did we do it, babe?
So I told Mando that.
Because our office was perfectly fine.
No, it wasn't. I told Mando, yeah, we renewed our lease. We had been there 2 years already. A lot of you guys had asked us. I think more. I think a lot of you guys had asked us, Lily, I thought you guys were moving to a bigger warehouse. Like, what happened and all of that, which, again, we fell off of vlogging, so we never updated you guys on that. But more of the story, we ended up having to renew our lease there for 3 more years. And the reason why we didn't move after all is for a lot of reasons. Number one, I didn't find another warehouse in the area, right? Number two, the warehouses that were in the area that were bigger, because that's what we needed. We needed bigger, like double the space. The other warehouse that we did find were super rank-a-dang, like trashy warehouses, like almost like a mechanic type warehouse. Like everything is grungy and rusted, and it just wasn't like something that we could see ourselves in, or it would have taken a lot of investing just to fix it up. And at the end of the day, it's not ours. We are leasing that. So we don't ever want to spend
unnecessary money.
Unnecessary, like $5 to $10 grand just to get it at least to look a little decent, right?
Yeah.
And number three, any warehouses that I did find were over 30 minutes away, 45 an hour. And that is just not for us. I'm all about convenience. I'd rather pay that fee and be 20 minutes away from the house, 15 minutes away from the house, than paying less and driving further.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Time is money.
Yeah. So, we couldn't find nothing. So then I told Mando, okay, if we're going to be here 3 more years, it's time to get re-inspired. Because at first I wasn't doing nothing to the warehouse because I knew, okay, our lease is almost up. It'll be up in 6 months. It'll be up in less than a year. We got to get out of here. So why even invest money, right? But now that we had to renew for 3 more years, I'm like, okay, now we're going to be here 3 more years. Let's get re-inspired. Even if we're not moving, let's change some things around and make it look new, or make it look like something that, just new in general, right? So I had a little convincing to do to Mando, because Mando is very much...
Yeah, if it works, don't fix it kind of deal, right?
Yeah. If we would have still been with the old podcast here, we would have still been with the old office. So it took a little convincing, especially because we had just renewed the podcast room. And finally, I've been on this little thing where I'm just going to do it. I'm not even going to ask. I'm just going to do it, because I know that once we get it done, he loves it. Absolutely loves it, right? So it started off with getting my cousin. My cousin did our floors, and thankfully, he kind of did it like at the spur of the moment. I was like, yo, how much would it be to do this? And he was like, he's like, I won't charge you, just buy the materials. And I was like, when are you available? He's like, actually, I'm free this week. After that, he gets booked. So I was like, fuck it, let's do it. I was like,
oh man, we're jumping into this already.
Yeah. So shout out to them at the Final Touch. He does resin epoxy flooring.
Amazing floors, you guys.
Badass,
really
badass.
nice.
I'll leave him linked down below. Literally took him like 2 days, I think, total, from the prep work to the sanding to the doing everything. And that made a huge difference in our office.
Top of the line right there.
And then after that, I felt like it was just little things that we needed to get done. And at the end of the day, Mando knows that I always do my research, and I don't go to Home Goods and buy 30 million things that I know I'm not going to love, and in 3 months I'm going to change. I do my research, long term, like, okay, are we going to use this for a while? Is it going to work if we were to mix things around or want to change it up? Like every single little thing that I buy with purpose and meaning. And I really, really try to not spend dumb amount of money, right, on things like that. Because we all know not renovation, designs, trends, they change like every year, every 2 years. It is
all the vibes change, for sure.
So anyways, that is why we did it. I wanted to get re-inspired and want to be at the warehouse and make it look like a vibe. And at the end of the day, something else that I told Mando is that I want the brands, including the warehouse, to feel like a vibe, to feel like whenever we go live, I want it to look badass. I don't want it to look like, oh, whatever, it's just another warehouse. No, I want it to look like we took time and money to make it look kind of like worthy of you guys. Like whenever you guys whenever you see Nike's warehouse, which is very rare, but if you look up Nike warehouse or Kylie Jenner's warehouse and stuff like that, they took a lot of time and money to make it look like a vibe, and that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted it to look nice for you guys whenever we're on live, and to make it look more. The word is not presentable. It's
pleasing?
More authentic. No, more legit. To make it look more legit, right? So yeah.
Yeah. What I'm trying to get at is I know that a lot of things changed because of COVID. Like a lot of people went to work from home, and there's a lot of people working from home nowadays. And you've been working from home since 2000, let's say 20 or 19, and your office probably has not changed. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but if you change something, maybe the wall or maybe like your desk or things like that,
even something as small as a new keyboard,
a new monitor or something like that, you might get re-inspired. You might just feel a little change. And that's kind of what we did at the warehouse, you know?
And not only for ourselves, for the girls too.
Yeah.
The girls have been there for 2-3 years, and it is super packed in there, but the way we organized a few things now, we've made it work for the girls because I want them to want to come to work. I want them to be re-inspired as well and have like a zen environment. So yeah, we also fixed up the back, and I always take them into consideration. Like we bought them new desk, and I'd be like, okay, what do you think of this size or this color? What do you think of it being here? And I'll hear them out on any changes they would like to make. Because at the end of the day, the office is ours, but the warehouse is theirs. So I want them to change. They know whatever they want to change up, move around, do it. As long as it makes you work better and feel better, dale. We do not mind at all. So they were excited too, the fact that we were doing a few little things there, and we're still not even done. We still have a lot of, not me, because you guys know, I still have a lot of little things that I want to do to the warehouse part, but that is a little harder because the warehouse is so freaking tall. The warehouse, it's like 2 stories tall, but it's only 1 story technically, right?
The
so it
ceilings
is
are
very
super high.
hard to envision anything, but imagine the whole top being empty. Like that's what makes it a little hard for me, but not impossible. I will get to that like one day, right? But anyways, yeah, that is...
No, yeah. That was that.
Yeah, that's it. That's the reason why we did that.
And that's just a little motivation for you guys to go back home and adjust maybe a cuadro or add a plant or
just I love
completely change it, and you just might get that extra push and just to do better. But yeah, last week I said rank these from 1 to 5. Number 1 being your favorite, number 5 being, let's say, your least favorite, and you don't know which one's coming next. So today I have ranked these top vacation spots without knowing what comes next. And then at the same time, you got to say why you're putting it at that point.
Wait, are they vacation spots that I've been to?
No. You haven't been to none of these.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Are you ready? Jamaica, 1 to 5.
5.
Okay. Cancun.
4.
Why?
I already got to tell you?
Yeah.
I feel like it's overrated already.
Okay. Like everyone goes. Everyone, their mama goes.
They're saying that Cancun is the new Miami, apparently.
Okay.
I don't know how true that is, but...
Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro.
Ooh. I like exotic trips, you know. I would say 3, I guess.
Okay. Why?
I don't know if it has beaches, and you know I'm more like tropical.
Yeah, super beaches.
You know what? I think you're right, huh?
Like that's all it is, beaches. But it's Brazil. Next one is Hawaii. 1 or 2?
I guess 2.
And then number 1 would be Bali.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say
Yo,
that.
you haven't. Like I think I've done these 4 times. I don't think you've.
It's always 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dude, I don't know why you do that. You should know.
Well,
already.
I thought Cancun would be somewhere up there because me and you haven't gone.
Cancun? No, absolutely not. No.
Okay, I guess I'll put like the number 1 next time.
Yeah.
At the first one, then you'll be like, oh shit. You'll probably put it number 1. My bad, you guys. I gotta mix it up better.
Yeah, Bali number 1 because it's somewhere I've always wanted to be. I love the tropical vibes. I love it being like in the middle of the jungle. I love that type of food. I love that they love vegan food too. I've heard that the people are so amazing out there. The only one I might change is you said Jamaica
and Cancun.
Cancun. Oh, Rio de Janeiro. Did I say that was number 2?
3.
Oh, you see, I would switch that. I would make that number 2
And Hawaii number 3.
Hawaii number 3.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, I've had a few friends go to Hawaii and we like a little lit. And I've heard that Hawaii is not that
More
lit.
relaxing,
It's more
resort vibes.
But
Okay.
I guess so is Bali.
Yeah.
I guess you're right. I don't know.
But that's just a life.
Yeah, I've never
lifetime
been,
goal
so
for Bali.
I would down to go wherever. Tú llévame, chiquillo. Yo voy.
Yeah. All right. Before we go, I want to talk about the red car theory. It suggests that opportunities like red cars are everywhere, yet we often fail to notice them. So I feel like red cars are everywhere. Like we're able to see red cars, but if we're not looking for those red cars, we're not going to spot those opportunities.
You're not going to notice them.
You're not going to notice them. And even I put it into like when I start liking something. So back in the day, I was into Jeeps and I would see Jeeps everywhere because I really wanted a Jeep, right? And I moved on from there and I didn't want a Jeep no more. So I wouldn't spot those Jeeps. Now I spot Teslas everywhere. And that's what I want, right? Because that's what I want. I want a Tesla. So more of the story is that when you think positive things, that's what you're going to see.
And attract.
Versus when you start seeing negative things and start thinking negative things, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see the negative everyone. You're going to see the negative in everything. You're going to see negative things everywhere versus just positive vibes. That's what you're going to get. Positive outcomes. So yeah, that's red car theory. I think it's a badass
And it
theory.
works for anything too.
Yeah.
Not just positivity, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be motivational. If you start thinking about more
Motivating
motivational
things.
stuff, you'll start seeing more motivational things out there in life and real world. In the real world, I mean. So yeah, I love that.
That is how we close out the podcast with a little motivation. I know my sentences could go on and I could talk on and on and on and on, but hopefully that makes some sense. And hopefully you guys enjoyed today's podcast, episode 83. And we'll see you on episode what, babe?
84? Did I say it right?
Yeah.
But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for joining us on today's podcast. I hope you have a great rest of your day. It's barely the middle of the week, you guys. We'll see you next week.